Hey yo, what's up YouTube? So today, this is what we gonna do. We gonna go over how I invest. So a lot of y'all read my book, a lot of y'all watched a couple of my videos. The first video is the most important. The first video I posted is the most important. But I gotta focus on looking right here. Like I see myself right here in the corner on my screen, the same way you see me at the corner on the screen, but the camera actually right here. I'll be looking at myself and not the camera. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over charts how I do. It's not that hard. I is really just a lot of lines and tools on the screen, but we can really do this without the lines as well. So this is what technical analysis is, and this how you know how to flip your money, right? So with cars, you buy a cheap car, you fix it up and you sell it for more. Stocks is the same logic. When you see it low, you buy it and you sell it for a higher price. Like it's that easy. But what you do is you read a pattern, and you can, with the pattern you read and tell if it's low or high. And as we can tell, this right here is low because it was once $107 and now it is $92. So now we know that okay, this is low. But how do you know it's to a point where you can flip it? Because if you look at any stock, it could be any stock can be low. Like we can go here. We can go here and we can see that this is low. But that don't mean you buy but just because it's low. You buy because you seen a pattern, and with that pattern you seen, it's a high chance that it'll go back up. So we're gonna turn on some of these tools that I use to show that I think it's gonna bounce. So this is volume. All these bars down here, it tells you how many shares was brought. Each of these blocks right here is 1 day. So each block is 1 day. These right here, this is the volume bars for each of these 1 days. So when you look down here, it tells you how many shares was traded this day. So you can look and tell, oh shit, there's a lot of shares traded this day. You can look and tell here, 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 here. And the color of these tell if it was more shares sold or more shares brought. So you can tell it was a lot of shares brought this day, shares sold this day, a lot of was shares sold this day, but it wasn't, it might was a lot previous compared to previous days. This is what we can do. We're gonna turn on this little line so we can see the average volume. Here we go. All right, so this blue line is the average volume for the past 14 days. So if volume is above this blue line, that means it's above average. That means it has abnormal volume, which it had abnormal volume right here. So right here, this tells you that now, right here, the number, look at this number right there. 9.1 million shares was traded today. And it was a lot of buying pressure because we see that the body of this candle is very big and green. So I'm going over a lot, but this is very beneficial. Right here we had a 200 EMA. This is like a dynamic support and resistance. Dynamic means moving. So as the price move, this line also move. That's why it's moving. It's a lagging indicator, so it move after price moves. But it could be a leading indicator because it predicts where price will go. It all depends on how you use it. For me, I'm using it as a leading indicator, predicting what a market will go. So with just looking at this, all we did was add one white line. Clicked up here, we added the EMA, and we put 200. So the same way this blue line is this blue line is the average of the past 14 candles. This white line is the past average of the past 200 candles. So the past 200 candles average is this white line. And we can see every time we get to this white line, it bounces up. The same back here. Bounce up, bounce up. Didn't quite bounce right there. So we can see with our eyes that it keep bouncing at this white line. So what would you do? Would you predict it's gonna bounce at the white line again? Because I do. And when you think something's gonna happen, go for it. Put your money in there. Because if you don't, if it happened and you don't put your money in there, you're gonna feel sad. Like, damn, man, I missed out. So yeah, we added this white line. This white line is the average of the past 200 candles. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. We're gonna add these pivot points. Now I don't quite know the calculations behind the pivot points, but they do work. I used to day trade with them like on a 1 hour and a 5 minute, and they really, really work. So this is what we have here. These pivot points predict what price will predict support and resistance off of past history. Everything is about history because you have to look at history to understand what the price used to do. And when you see what the price used to do, you predict what it's going to do next. So we using past history and we see it bounce right here, it bounce right here, now it's right here again. So what the pivot points do is predict, well, they don't predict, they calculate support and resistance. And once it calculates on support and resistance, you can use it to your benefit as how you want to use it. So you can use it as a predicting that it's gonna bounce and all that. We're gonna see if we can get something beneficial. I guess right here it was used as a support. I like to use it with the RSI indicator, but we ain't gonna get into that yet. So these orange lines are called pivot points, and they predict what they don't. They calculate support and resistance. So now you see this white line, these pivot points. We got the volume down here. We breaking it down from a simple point of view. Now we got this. We're gonna turn one of these off because I want it to be simple. And we're gonna turn the rest off so we can focus on one thing. So now we have this purple rectangle. This rectangle tells you if price is being sold too fast or brought too fast. When a lot of people sell something so fast, it becomes cheap. What that low demand. Hopefully that's right. Nobody want it, low demand. So when something lose value so fast, we're gonna talk about this indicator. When something sells so fast and it gets to this white line, price usually goes back up. And we can see from past history, what is this? Is this the COVID crash? Yeah, this the COVID crash right here. So another thing, indicators don't work when irrational traders trade. And or when news overpower or irrational traders trade, indicators don't work. So if you see some news come out about a stock and you a technical trader, the news is gonna overpower that technical viewpoint that you have. So if I have a technical viewpoint that PGR is gonna bounce and the news come out and say PGR is going bankrupt, from I lost. You know what I'm saying? News is powerful than technical analysis, and obviously this was news that hey, it's a new pandemic on the way. And no matter what this said, hey, we oversold. No matter what this said, it continued to go down because news is more powerful than technical analysis. But right here we can see at the white line when it's a somewhat normal market, it bounced up. And the same thing's supposed to happen when it's at the top. But we all know we're in an uptrending market. Like if you look at SPY for the past 30 years or whatever you want to go back to, you'll realize it's in an uptrend. So let's go back to PGR. We're gonna go over these indicators in a basic way. So this right here, whenever this get to the white line, it's oversold, and when something is oversold, that's a sign for investors to get in if the stock is worthy. So a lot of people look at oil stocks like Gush. Before I started learning how to invest, I was looking at Gush. Gush was like I don't know, like 3,000, and then it went straight to like $30, and everybody thought it was like a good buy, a good steal. Yeah, this shit was so old. It's so old that my screen won't even. Whoa, there it go. See, Gush was like, I don't know, $15,000, and then it fell to. I bought it at like 30, but this was before I knew technical analysis. And yes, look, yes, it's oversold. It was supposed to bounce at this white line, but the news was so bad that technical analysis didn't matter. So buy low, sell high didn't work here. But buy low, sell high does work if you have a risk management plan, and yeah, that's it. That's all you need. All you need is your strategy and a risk management plan. My strategy is buy low, sell high, risk management plan, 2.5 loss, 5% take profit. So I see that it's at the bottom of this white line, and it should soon go back up unless irrationality comes through in the market, and it might come through in the market. The market, I wouldn't say pulling back, but US 30 had a couple red days in a row. Checking on the 1 hour, I like to check um stocks on the 1 hour, well, US 30 on the 1 hour, because if US 30 oversold on the 1 hour, soon as the market open, it tends to go up. Like right now, it's tend to go up, but it is in a downtrend. But we ain't gonna go over all that. We gonna go over this, what I'm saying right now. This is very beneficial. So now we see that it's at the bottom of this white line. So let me add this. I think it's gonna bounce because of this white line right here. Because of this, a lot of buyers stepped in right here. I like that. I like that big ass volume bar. Like a lot of people bought shares right there, way above average, double the average. Then we had a MACD indicator. Uh, it's a lot of ways to use the MACD. I'm gonna go over that right now. This is just the way I use it. It's a lot of different ways to use all of these indicators I'm using. If you watch another YouTube, he will use all these indicators I'm showing you in a different way. But your plan is to just pick the one that sound the best. This a long video. But this MACD right here, it the way I use it is it shows momentum. So when these are fully red or fully green, that shows is strong momentum. It was strong selling momentum. Now it slow down right here too. When momentum slows down, that means momentum is about to shift. So if it had strong selling momentum, let's do it this way. Then it had slower selling momentum. The next thing is slow buying momentum and strong buying momentum, like right here. So you can use this as you can use the histogram to tell you when momentum is slowing down, when momentum fully change, and you can also use these lines to tell you that momentum is changing. So looking at this, it already shows that, hey, selling momentum is slowing down. Selling momentum is slowing down. It's oversold. It set this support again. It's also showing divergence. Divergence is when the indicators are going in the opposite direction of the stock price. And if we look, we can tell that the stock price is going up. Let me put this line here. Check out this green line. We're gonna cut everything else off. Look at the green line. This green line is showing you that stock price going up. But this green line right here is showing the MACD is going down. This MACD should be reflecting what this stock price is doing, but it's not. It's showing divergence. And when a stock shows divergence, this right here, let me think what kind of divergence. You got hidden divergence, you got regular divergence, you got something else. Let's see. Let's look it up real quick. And after this, I'm gonna go divergence. Boom, images. Here we go. Boom, right here. So the oscillator is going down. Oh yeah, hidden divergence. Boom, right here. Look at this right here. Stock price going up, indicator going down. And you see what they predict? Boom, going up, boom, going up. So now we have divergence. And like that thing showed us, it's supposed to go up right here. It's supposed to go up right here. So now we got support, the EMA, oversold, and selling momentum is slowing down. You could wait till it slow down all the way in this turn green, but I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna go in it right now because I'm a risk taker and I got a risk management plan. But yeah, man, that's PTR, and I broke down all my indicators. Peace. Hopefully y'all like this video, subscribe and everything.